Welcome to 100 Yards of Football. If you like the video today, please come in and share it. We'll surely appreciate it here on 100 Yards Football. 100 Yards Football, college football, defensive player of the week in week 2 of the college football season is Travis Hunter. Who else? The Colorado Buffaloes. What a player, man. When you're looking at college football from a history standpoint, and I've been following this game for 57 years, man. I've seen some great college football players come through college football on both sides of the ball. This young man proved to me that he was everything they said 2 years ago coming out of Collins Hill, which I saw him play in high school several times. But when you see greatness on the high school level, you always ask yourself, can these kids translate it over to the college level and then, of course, onto the NFL? And let me tell you something. His first year at Jackson State, he played at a high level. But there were still questions. Can he still play on this level? And boy, Saturday afternoon, national television, Fox, Colorado playing number 20 TCU. The excitement of watching them play was at another level. The young man, from a defensive standpoint, 3 tackles. But what really came out impressed, listen to this real closely, 8 pass defenses. Deflections, however you want to put it. 8, 1 interception that stopped a potential game-winning touchdown drive and should have had 2 picks. But look what he did on the offensive side of the ball. 11 receptions, 119 yards, averaged almost 10.7 yards a catch. And he played over 100, I believe 141 snaps. I might not have the number right, but he played in that vicinity, them many snaps in the football game. When you look at this young man and you look at the body of work and you look what he done in game 1, you got to go back to college football. Let's look at him playing the cornerback position, the skill set on Saturday afternoon against TCU. The instincts were A+. The key and diagnosis of cornerback, A+. The lateral movement covering the receivers was an A+. I don't have to say no more. Deion Sanders, too, man-to-man coverage. He was like glue on those TCU receivers. And then you're looking at from the wide receiver perspective, his skill set. The separation was an A+. The release was an A+. The speed was the A+. His hands was an A+, even though he did drop 1 touchdown pass in that game when he got behind the defensive back. And the burst as a wide receiver, A+. And you know what I was thinking when I was watching the game at Buffalo Wild Wings where I live in Douglasville, Georgia? I was thinking about all the college football players that I've seen in my lifetime from an offense and defensive standpoint. Defensively, Sean Taylor at the U, Ed Reed at the U, Todd Light at Notre Dame, Bobby Butler at Florida State, Deion Sanders at Florida State, Terrell Buckley at Florida State, Dale Green at Texas A&I, Rod Woodson at Purdue, Champ Bailey at Georgia, Mike Haynes, Arizona State, Len Barney at Jackson State. That's when I was watching them see him play on Saturday afternoon with the defensive back position. I was thinking of all those guys. And then let me throw in Charles Woodson. The University of Michigan. Then from a receiver standpoint, Travis Hunter had a little bit of that Anthony Carter in Michigan. He had a little bit of that Tim Brown in Notre Dame. He had a little bit of that young man down there in Mississippi. We call him SWAC football greatest, Jerry Rice. He had a little bit of that Calvin Johnson here locally at Georgia Tech. He had that young man that went to University of Tennessee, Chattanooga, out of the state of Alabama. His name is T.O. Terrell Owens. Then he had that Antonio Brown in Central Michigan. Let me tell you something, pound for pound. Travis Hunter, after game 1 against TCU, he might be the best 2-way football player that's ever stepped on the field in college football. This young man, as we say, where I'm from, the 901, he's at another level. The roof is on fire. Can we get water? You know what I mean. Travis Hunter, University of Colorado, 100 yards of football, defensive player of the week. If you like the video today, please come in and share. We surely appreciate hearing 100 yards of football. Special thanks to my producer, Mr. Jeremiah Long. Enjoy the rest of the week. 100 yards of football. Vincent Turner.